Excellencies, ministers, those that I recognized at the beginning of the meeting, and the Director General, and the Vice Chairman, and all the colleagues that are here, ladies and gentlemen. I join you for the first time because my government, to which I am Minister of Finance, were elected into office last year in August, and therefore this is the first time that I'm participating in this meeting. No doubt, for as long as I am here, I think we'll come to know each other better. We'll work together in the next few years, and therefore I look forward to meeting everyone, especially when COVID finally goes away. We are tired of this COVID. We want to be meeting physically so that we don't just talk to the computer, we talk to human beings. First of all, on behalf of the government of the Republic of Zambia, and indeed on my own behalf, I wish to take this opportunity to convey my gratitude and appreciation to the Conference of the Parties for the trust and confidence evidenced by the election of Zambia to assume the chairmanship of the Conference of the Parties, which of course is the decision-making organ of the African risk capacity. I would like to assure you that the government of the Republic of Zambia will do all it can to discharge its responsibility as required. In this regard, and at this point in time, allow me to welcome you all to the 12th meeting of the African Risk Capacity, or ARC, Conference of Parties. I know all of you have left your busy schedules to be here with us during this virtual meeting. Your presence today is greatly valued as it demonstrates our commitment and dedication to our institutions and their goals. And once again, I want to thank the ministers who are present. And as we meet our colleague ministers one way or another, or speak to them one way or another, please encourage more of them to be participating. It has been almost a year since this August body last met. In the meantime, important developments have taken place in the African risk capacity institutional landscape. In fact, you will recall that our last extraordinary session elected the first members of the Africa Risk Capacity Group Board, an important milestone of the governance reform process. Today, I'm proud to note that the African Risk Capacity Group Board is now fully operational and has already met twice to discuss pertinent issues to our organization and has taken important decisions for this institution to move forward. For this reason, allow me to express my sincere appreciation to the work so far done by the African Risk Capacity Group Board. Also, other more concerning developments regarding the financial situation of our organization have occurred. Our partners have provided tremendous support to us since inception, and we are most grateful for that. Nonetheless, it is high time for us to reflect on long-term financial sustainable solution for our institution so that we do it with a sense of urgency. Wow. Excuse me. Honourable Ministers, Excellencies, Head of Delegations, distinguished guests, At this point, allow me to recognize and appreciate the pivotal support provided by the African Union and the World Food Programme since the establishment of our organization. Our organization and the Africa Risk Capacity Limited were founded to serve member states. It is important for both Africa Risk Capacity Agency and the Africa Risk Capacity Limited to bear in mind that they have their foundation in the treaty, and all actions should therefore be guided by the overall objectives of the organization as set out in the African Risk Capacity Treaty. Last but not least, over the years, we've noted that very few ministers attend sessions of the Conference of Parties. I'm a new person here, and I would like to discuss that with you, DG, to see how we can improve on this in the next few months. Even though for each country is the right to designate their representative to the Conference of Parties, it is important that an adequate number of ministers are present during the ministerial session of the Conference of the Parties. At this point, I want to ask the Director General, Mr. Ibrahima Diong, the ARC Group Director General.
Recording in progress.
To make his remarks.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister, and congratulations to Zambia for being elected as the chair of the Conference of the Party. Well deserved, but also a recognition of your excellent leadership as a country to our continental organizations. Excellencies, Honourable Ministers, distinguished delegate, a very good afternoon to all of you. Bonjour, bon dia, assalamu alaikum. Let me, on behalf of the entire ARC group, extend a warm welcome to all of you, and I know how busy you are, so we don't take it for granted for allocating time to us so we can go through the business of our organization. Let me extend a warm welcome to some of the ministers who will join us from Gambia, but also from Angola. Again, another testimony of the leadership of these countries to the organization that we all belong to. Let me recognize in particular Angola for having discussed with the Honourable Minister at COP26, and I was not expecting this fast to begin to talk about joining our organization as a member, and I hope she will emulate other observers on this call, in this case Egypt, Algeria, and Ethiopia, to also discuss with us the opportunity of joining this continental organization, because our ambition is to make it an Africa-wide organization whereby all the African countries will take advantage of what we have to offer. Let me also use this opportunity to thank members of our board. I know also this is a board with tremendous credential and experience, and we are benefiting from that experience and that credibility as we continue to grow our organization. So we appreciate the oversight responsibility. It's been given to them by the CoP, and this is the time to thank them dearly. I also want to use this opportunity to thank our partners who are on this call. We believe on day one to the concept of ARC and provided support and advice and counsel since we started ARC in 2012. If we are where we are today is in part thanks to them, even though we're a treaty-based organization, but they provide the support both in terms of premium financing, but also the support to the agency. Let me also, just for the record, to say that the partners are actually increasing their support to ARC, particularly on the premium financing. But obviously the plea that we've been making to make sure support is also provided to the agencies so we can holistically support our member states. Finally, after 9 years of existence, whereby our concept has been tested in terms of $900 million worth of coverage, 85 million people protected, 80 million of people benefiting from our payout, and that is the time for us to think about the way forward to make sure we keep this organization to be sustainable. I'm extremely pleased from our technical meeting, we began to address the sustainability questions, talk about membership fees from our members so they can continue to own the organization, support to our fundraising, but also confirmation about our offering to the countries and how relevant it is to the disaster of our member states, and that's the kind of feedback we like to get as the management to just demonstrate that we are there for our member states. Let me also say that we are renewing our commitment as an organization and expediting our product development so that what we put out there in the market for our member states continue to be relevant, because we are mindful that disaster does not mean the same thing to all of our member states. So you have our commitment to continue that exercise so we can expedite. Again, just to conclude, on behalf of the entire team, a very big thank you from the entire team of ARC. We've been inspired by this moment with you, where you give us feedback of the work we're doing, but also provide the guidance and the way forward. And I can tell you, Honourable Minister, Mr. Chair, we are all energized to go back to our desk and continue to serve you as a member-driven organization. So thank you very much, and I look forward to meeting some of you face-to-face, hopefully very soon. Thank you.